Andrew's Doers. Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Tina, Winona, and Una. Tina, Winona, and Una made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Tina, Winona, and Una all together. One day, the king of Doubleburg's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Doubleburg, his majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and cross shall marry his son, Prince Twinning. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsister, Tina said, he's going to marry me. Winona said, no way, Tina, he's going to marry me. Una said, both of you are wrong, he's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is very sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Twinning. And her fairy godmother asks Cinderella what's wrong by saying, why are you crying, Cinderella? Cinderella responds, and sadly, I wanted to go to the ball and marry Prince Twinning. Her fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of double magic. She waves her magic wand and chants the magic words, dibbly dabbly doubly do. And all of Cinderella's chores are done, but the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has 2 pumpkins. The fairy godmother waves her magic wand and chants the magic words, dibbly dabbly doubly do. Again, turning the 2 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 2 strong horses, and then Cinderella's clothes into a gown and crown. I've never seen such a double-tasted gown. And get a lot of my glass slippers. Cinderella is now ready for the ball. Her fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Twinning was wondering who he should marry. Cinderella, of course. Tina, Winona, and Una shout out together, he's walking towards me! But he's not. But he is walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Twinning danced happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Twinning was so worried, afraid that she might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Doubleburg to find her, and brought the 2 glass slippers with him. He knocked on the door where Cinderella, Tina, Winona, and Una lived. But instead of Cinderella, he found Tina, Winona, and Una. Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these 2 glass slippers? Prince Twinning asks. Tina is first, but her feet are too big. Winona is next, but her feet are too small. Una is last, but her feet aren't the right size either. Suddenly, Prince Twinning noticed Cinderella's sweet singing. Cinderella shouts excited, Prince Twinning, is that you? Prince Twinning responded, of course it's me. You are from my father's ball. I love you. Will you marry me? Cinderella gets so excited because he's happy to have Prince Twinning back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and buy our merchandise. Take care. Bye. Oh, yeah. And now, Andrews Doers. Andrews Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier. Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier all together. Then one day, the king of Sextuple-Hand's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Sextuple-Hand is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Sextuple. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Sophia said, He's going to marry me. Isabella said, No way, Sophia, you're wrong. He's going to marry me. Xavier said, Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad, doing chores while her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, Cinderella? Cinderella responds, I have lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Sextuple. Her fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand. Because of the 6 other chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has 6 pumpkins. Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 6 pumpkins into a handsome coach. And then drawn by 5 strong horses, and then Cinderella's clothes into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, I've never seen such a sextuple-tastic gown, and get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? Her fairy godmother said, Well, you can't. But have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Sextuple was wondering who he should marry. Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier all together, He's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. Prince Sextuple is walking towards Cinderella. May I have this dance? As Prince Sextuple, Cinderella responds, I would be delighted. Prince Sextuple and Cinderella dance happily together, but later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost both of her glass slippers. Prince Sextuple was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. He then traveled around Sextuple-Hand to find her, and brought the 2 glass slippers with him. By the time he arrives, he knocked on the door of the house where Cinderella, Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier lived. But instead of Cinderella, he finds Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier. Prince Sextuple said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can you try on these glass slippers? Sophia is first, but her feet are too big. Isabella is next, but her feet are too small. Isabella was last, but her feet didn't fit either." Suddenly, Prince Sextuple notices his Cinderella's sweet singing. Cinderella then gets so excited because she's having her Prince Sextuple back. And Prince Sextuple doesn't have to put the 2 glass slippers back on her feet because they're so uncomfortable. And then Prince Sextuple and Cinderella lived happily ever after. The end. Andrew's Drew, if you want to see some sequels, tell your friends about it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share and buy our merchandise. Oh, look at that! And if we time it just right, it's 6 minutes and 6 seconds. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Tina, Alina, and Nina. Tina, Alina, and Nina made Cinderella do all the chores. "Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all," said Tina, Alina, and Nina all together. One day, the king of the Cobblebird's messengers said, hear ye, the king of the Cobbleberg is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Cobbling." But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Tina said, "He's going to marry me." Alina said, "No way, Tina! He's going to marry me." Nina said, "Both of you are wrong! He's going to marry me." Later, Cinderella is so sad doing her chores that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Cobbling, while her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, "Why are you crying, Cinderella?" Cinderella responds, "I have lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Cobbling." Cinderella's fairy godmother said, "I can help with a bit of magic." So she chants the magic words, "Tintity tantity tantity too," and waves her magic wand. Because of that, Cinderella's chores are all done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin." Luckily, Cinderella has 10 pumpkins. Cinderella's fairy godmother chants the magic words, "Tintity tantity tantity too," and waves her magic wand again to turn the 10 pumpkins into a handsome coach by 20 strong horses, and then Cinderella's were closed into a gown. Cinderella said, "I've never seen such a sensational gown. And get a load of my glass slippers." Cinderella's fairy godmother said, "Have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before." Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Cobbling was wondering who he should marry. Tina, Alina, and Nina said all together, "He's walking towards me." but he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Decoupling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella is almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Decoupling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Decoupleberg to find her, and brought the 2 tiny glass slippers with him. He knocked on the door of the home of where Cinderella, Tina, Alina, and Nina lived. But instead of Cinderella, he finds Tina, Alina, and Nina. Prince Decoupling then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can you not find me these 2 glass slippers?" Tina is first, but her foot is too big. Alina is next, but her foot is too small. Nina is last, but her foot isn't the right size either. Suddenly, Prince Decoupling noticed Cinderella's sweet singing. Cinderella then gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Decoupling back. And Prince Decoupling doesn't have to put the 2 glass slippers back on her feet because they're so uncomfortable. And now they've both lived happily ever after. The end. Andrew's Doers. If you want to see some sequels, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Andrew does everything. And buy our merchandise, etc. And, take care. Bye.